It's about providing our customers with technological and economical solutions that enable them to transition to a fossil-free future. But it's also about walking the talk by being sustainable in our own operations. And to give you some examples of what we're doing, by 2020, that's next year, we will be running all operations globally on fossil-free electricity. In our own operations between production plants, we are running a fleet of trucks that already today are running on 100% renewable fuels. And we're also looking into and starting up using recycled material in our manufacturing, for instance, plastics. 1 month ago, we had the Scania Climate Day, which involved all our 52,000 employees worldwide. For 1 hour, we stopped all operations, all factories, all dealers, all workshops, and all offices for 1 hour to only focus on the climate. We sat down in small teams, discussing and making concrete plans of what each and every one of us can do to reduce our CO2 footprint and to enable the fulfillment of the Paris Agreement. As a company, we've also committed ourselves to this agreement. We're one of few companies globally that have signed the UN campaign, which is called Business Ambition for 1.5 degrees. And we're now in the process of setting ambitious and concrete targets on how to lower the CO2 emissions from the 1 million Scanias in our global rolling fleet. So how will we succeed? Well, at Scania we believe there is no silver bullet. It's not one technology, not one size fits all, but we need a complement of different solutions. Obviously, electrification is playing a major role already today and will do so even more in the future. But in the short to medium term, we also need to work with biofuels. And which is best then, electrification or biofuels? Well, the easy answer is it depends. It depends on the local conditions in the market. Which biofuels are available? How is the electricity produced? How much can the electrical grid be expanded? And of course, what load or passenger capacity and what uptime do you need for your particular operations? At Scania, we're very proud to offer the widest range of alternative fuels. We see a huge interest in electrification in both our buses and our trucks. But at the same time, we're growing our sales of gas buses, both buses and trucks, every year. And in 2019, over 20% of our global deliveries of buses will be gas buses. And our first LNG buses are now up and running in Spain and Italy. Transmilenio is one of the most famous BRT systems in the world. In a city of 8 million people in Bogota, over 2 million are riding this system every day. And 1 year ago, there were only a handful of Scania buses in this system. Soon, there will be over 1,000. Also, we're the only supplier providing Euro 6 buses into this system. Independent tests have shown that our Euro 6 buses give only a fraction of the particle matters compared to Euro 5 or lower. And I think this is a very good practical example of how Scania is truly driving the shift. With our BRT team, we can take responsibility for helping cities introduce sustainable fuels from waste. Thereby we address two major challenges that many growing cities are experiencing: waste handling and public transport. In the developing world, it's about a well-functioning public transport system is about enabling social and economic change and social and economic development. In the Western world, it's about getting people out of cars and onto buses. In both cases, if we are to reach the Paris Agreement, we need to make public transport in general and buses in particular more attractive.
Of course, considering all the threats and challenges that the world is facing today. So how do we meet those needs? Well, it's all about attracting passengers. And that means providing a stress-free environment for passengers that doesn't feel confined or crowded. We need buses with large windows, better light, that give a feeling of spaciousness inside the bus. We need a smooth ride with low noise levels, and we need clean buses. And this is exactly what we have taken to heart when developing our new generation buses. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's together look at the bus of the future. What you see now is a completely redesigned, reworked and repurposed bus for the coming decade. A bus with better passenger capacity, better drivability and better fuel and energy economy. We now have a bus with a passenger capacity of up to 100, and we further slashed fuel consumption by up to 18% compared to the current Scania Citywide. With us in the stand here today, we have a battery electric Scania Citywide low floor. But before going into the specifics of the battery electric bus, let me highlight a few of the characteristics of the new generation. Firstly, passenger attractivity has been our guiding light in designing a bus for more space, light and cleanliness. The new Scania Citywide low floor and low entry buses have a completely new interior styling with light colors on ceiling and side panels. The side windows are larger and have a higher ceiling line, which give more natural light inside the bus. The ceiling has increased in height and has side ceiling panels with a flat design, which improves both lighting and space experience in the passenger area. For the low floor variant, the altered engine positions open up for an additional windows in the back compared to the current Scania Citywide. And also for the low floor variant, you can choose additional lower windows on between the front and rear axle, which give even more light in the passenger area. And to help the operators keep the buses clean, we've designed the bus to simplify just that. As you see, surfaces are easy to clean, gaps and dirt pockets have been minimized, corners have been rounded, and connection points on the floor for seats and stanchions have been reduced. I won't run through all the features of the new product. You will find a lot more details in the material handed out to you. But just let me mention also the new driver area, which I believe is industry leading. The ergonomics are vastly improved through better pedal placement, more leg space, driver height settings, enhanced seat adjustment, better visibility and better reachability. These are just a few of the improvements that I'm sure will be welcomed both by the operators and not least by the drivers themselves.